What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool coming to you from Big Cool Entertainment with a Walking Dead review. Tonight's episode that we just witnessed, titled "The Next World," was fantastic, especially considering what it followed up. In last week's season, mid-season premiere, No Way Out. Tonight's episode, as expected, wasn't going to be a fast-paced episode. It was a time skip. Um, we seen a lot of Rick and Daryl. Michonne, Spencer. You seen Carl and Enid. Have some scenes. We seen the zombified Deanna. Um, we seen Maggie briefly, Denise briefly, Eugene briefly when he was telling Rick and Daryl what he needed as they, before they went out on their supply run. And we were introduced to one of the best characters in the Walking Dead comics, um, Jesus, Paul Monroe, aka Jesus, one of the baddest, characters that's been created in the Walking Dead universe. He's up there with Rick. He's up there with Negan. Up there with Morgan. Up there, with the governor. He's just a badass. He knows karate. He's a homosexual, which is going to bring something different to the show. Although Aaron and his boyfriend, I forgot his boyfriend name, the openly gay, but a badass homosexual, and I say that not to offend anybody, but that's just it's great to see him. And I can't think of the character's name off the top of my head, or the actor's name off the top of my head, but he did a terrific job. He gave Daryl and Rick all they can handle. Pickpocket them for the keys when they were trying to, once they lifted over the vending machine with the drinks and water, drinks and chips in it. He set off for firecrackers and thinking it was gunshots. Rick and Daryl, of course, instinct tell you to go check it out. They went back there, and they realized Daryl. Once they went back there, they realized that they had been had. Daryl was like, "He swiped your keys, didn't he?" Rick checked briefly, knew it, said shit. They took off after him, but he was long gone. But they eventually caught him because the car broke down, the truck broke down. I'm mad at you. They got him. With Daryl's terrific tracking skills, they managed to track him down and capture him, which is what they thought they was doing, and he managed to get away again. They heard someone on top of the roof of the car. Daryl was saying, "There's some bitch or motherfuckers on top of the car," and true enough, he was. Rick hit the brakes. Paul Monroe flew off the top of the truck. Daryl proceeded to chase a running Jesus, and you know they finally got him down. Although they lost the truck, it went into a lake. The door that was open as it was rolling knocked out Paul Monroe, which Rick, the new Rick, at least for right now, seeing fit that we should take him because Paul Monroe saved Daryl from getting bit by a walker. And Rick seen that, and he appreciated that, and he seen the good in him. You had Carl and Enid, interacting, doing their typical thing out there outside of the walls of Alexandria. Their little hiding spot where they go kicking and chill and get away from the stresses of and daily duties of living in Alexandria. Yeah, and Carl really isn't showing any effects of being shot in the eye. Like I said, it was a time skip, so the walls were built, were rebuilt. They haven't really. It's kind of like when they got in season three. I believe when after the whole craziness with the zombies in the jail, it was like what 30 days with no incidents, and really the walkers are there, but we haven't really they didn't experience any body getting killed, bitten, or anything like that, and that's what it's kind of similar to in this episode at this time. But Carl was throwing the tennis ball at the beginning of the episode and making a lot of noise, and Rick was with his knife creating another hole in his belt. And Michonne had just got out the shower and they was interacting with each other, and she was telling him that, she needed, I think, some type of toothpaste or whatever. They were laughing and joking about it. And Carl was like, "Well, Denise said this is PT, trying to get used to being just having the use of one eye, which is going to take some getting used to, obviously." But Carl seems to be, dealing with it quite well. Although I'm pretty sure he will have his down times and down moments of depression and feeling sorry for himself. Um, Obviously Denise is feeling terror because she went up to Daryl and you know, wanted to do a good gesture. Anybody, watching this video around the world, we know when we like somebody, the smallest things, that we know about them that they might like and that might interest them, we try to, do it for them as a surprise, and to let them know how we feel about them. And she wanted, to get, pop, which she called it. But soda, for Tara, I guess, who she said she heard saying something about soda, um, in her sleep. So, you know, that was her really part of tonight's episode. You had Michonne who keeping watch. She noticed that Spencer was outside of the gates, and she was curious, so she got down and followed him, and they was talking, and she was asking him why was he out here, and he said he normally walks when he's off the clock or he gets off work, walks out here, but he was really out there to, find his zombified mom Deanna, which she made her return, although it's not the return that we would like to see. Because as you all know, in the mid-season finale, she was helping Rick and she got scratched, and they didn't put her down. And you know, she she just started wondering, and Spencer noticed her because Carl led her to Spencer and Michonne because he felt like he couldn't do it and wouldn't do it because it's not somebody he loved, which he explained to Michonne later on in the episode. But he told Michonne that I would do it for you. So he did a favor for Spencer, who obviously the pain on his face and agony of having to put down your mom is something nobody wants to do on a show or in real life. And but Spencer, in my opinion, showed great strength, great courage, and a great progress by doing that, because we've seen in the past before that in this show that you know some people can't put down a loved one. We seen Andrea do it, but Morgan wasn't able to do it, and to his wife. And guess what? It turned out bad because his wife bit his son, and he didn't put down his son either, even though they didn't show that in the show. But if you read the comics, you know that. But like I said, tonight's episode was good, and a romance has been officially blossomed between Rick and Michonne, as you will call it, Rashone. I could always sense it, and even before this season got underway, there were a lot of rumblings or a lot of questions, theories that, could Rick and Michonne hook up, and both actors were asked about it, and Andrew Lincoln, who plays Rick, said he would love to for it to happen, and so did Michonne. So it happened, and they both seemed to thoroughly enjoy it. Before the episode went off, both Michonne and Rick was in the bed, naked, sleep, and you hear somebody say, "Rick, Rick, Rick." Him and Michonne hop up at the same time. She has a katana, he has his gun, and it's Paul Monroe, aka Jesus, standing at the end of the bed. And obviously he said something to him because they out on the road in the next episode, and he tells him in the Well, I'll get on that later in the video. But anyway, tonight's episode was good. I don't know if I missed anything. Maggie had a brief appearance. She was questioning Enid, not in a bad way, but just like, where are you? Where do you go? I rarely see you, and and pretty much that was it. I loved tonight's episode. It was fantastic. The pace was right. It wasn't slow. I mean, it wasn't fast. It was at a medium, pace, because you had Rick, Daryl, and Paul Monroe fighting each other, and I think that tonight's episode was fantastic. Like I said, leave your comments in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, and leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this video. I'm out. Until next time. Peace.